Alright, so even though it's 2:16 a.m. and I should be getting to sleep, instead I'm going to stay awake and do our next mission. And we have to return to Tython. It says travel to Tython, which I think is one of those annoying quests where you can't actually... Well, I guess there's no priority transport for Tython anyway, but a lot of classes have to go to the capital worlds. Dromund for the Imperial classes, or the Trooper especially goes to Coruscant a lot. But for the Jedi, they usually go back to Tython, which makes sense. But like if you're an Imperial like bounty hunter and you have to go to Dromund, a lot of times it'll say things like, take your ship to Dromund, and you can't actually, or the Trooper, and it definitely has that issue, where to trigger the next stage of the quest, you have to actually fly there and can't just quick travel, because when they designed the quest, they didn't actually have quick travel yet, or priority transport. So that's kind of annoying, but at least we don't have that issue here. It'll be nice to see Tython again. It's a cool way of doing it too, because when you're like just starting out the game and you come back to Tython, or you're leveling tune on Tython, you see people who are like in level like their 30s and 40s coming back for to talk to the council, and by that point they have all their cool armor. Even when the game launched, there wasn't nearly as much customizability back then, but as you leveled, your gear obviously looked a lot cooler. So it was cool to see people who actually had advanced classes and a lot of abilities and were high leveled with cool weapons and armor. It kind of inspires the players who are just starting out to want to get those levels and to get that better gear and to make their character look the way they want. So I don't know if that was Bioware's intent with having people return to the council and all. It was probably mainly a story thing, but it does have that nice benefit that seeing high level players does kind of inspire the lower level players to know what's in store, and you're not going to be stuck in little Padawan robes forever. Don't worry about that. Is this a heroic terminal? There's only one heroic here. Yes, it is. If you want to do the first heroic, that's where you can do it. Okay. Here's everybody doing the same thing I am. They're probably around my... Oh, this guy's lower level. But yeah, a lot of these guys are. There's a 44. He's probably in the same boat I am. The same stage I am.
You summoned me, Master Seo.
Welcome home.
I wish we could greet you with better news.
Despite using every avenue available to us, we are no closer to finding Lord Vivicar.
Why am I
Actually,
here?
I believe we are. A common thread binds all the plague victims. The loss of Parkanis Tark at Malachor III. Vivicar's influence forced the sick masters to relive their failures on Malachor. This is revenge. Personal revenge. Only one man would have that much anger and pain.
Bingo.
The man who was left behind. I believe Lord Vivicar is Parkanis Tark.
Jedi, Parkanis is dead.
Far from it, Jarek.
Yuan? I told those Padawans to keep an eye on you. You must rest.
No, my pupil, my fellow Jedi, deserves to hear the truth about Malachor.
She couldn't have told us, before.
What have you been hiding?
Malachor III isn't just strong in the dark side. The planet is the resting place of the Sith Lord, Terak Moraj.
Aha.
Our work on Malachor woke Moraj's spirit. One by one we fell under his power. The things we did still haunt me.
That explains why they all turned to the dark side. Alright, that makes sense. You think it would have been pretty... Like, she could have told us this a while ago and saved me a lot of trouble. We could have gone straight to Vivicar. Well, I guess we still don't know where he is, but... Alright.
What happened to Parkanis Tark?
Parkanis was the youngest and weakest. We had to abandon him to Malachor's darkness. His sacrifice allowed the rest of us to escape, but it seems he survived and has taken Moraj's dark path.
Why did you keep this a secret?
I wasn't eager to tell my greatest student about my worst failure. I must make amends.
Should have told the council at least, though.
To help you find Vivicar. If the plague created a link between my mind and his, your shielding ability may allow me to use that link to find him.
No. You're already weak from the plague, Yuan. This could kill you.
I suppose there's little choice in the matter.
She's right. We must prevent this plague spreading further.
Do all female Jedi have the same Durasteel backbone?
Very well, Yuan. But we will monitor the ritual, and your former Padawan must stay at your side.
Thank you, Seo. I will go to the meditation chamber to prepare. Please meet me there when you're ready.
Kind of sexist of Theron. It's a positive sexism, but still. like all girl Jedi are the same. It is weird. There's like no prominent female Jedi in the movies, though. Well, there are now, finally, but it's kind of something you don't really. At least I didn't think about growing up until somebody's like, "Yeah, there's no real female Jedi or Sith." Because like Leia's not really a Jedi, and I mean, Padme's the main character, but she's not a Jedi, so it's actually true when you think about it. Besides some background characters, there aren't really any female Jedi. There's the librarian, but she's probably the most prominent Jedi character in the movies. I guess if you include that stupid like Clone Wars movie, Anakin's Padawan, Ashoka, I think her name is. But I actually haven't seen that movie because I heard it really sucked. The cartoon that it was based on, I saw part of that. I think that was a lot better, but the movie itself got horrible reviews. So I don't want to see it. I don't want to believe it exists because I don't want it messing up my Star Wars.
Thank you for coming. I have made all the preparations for the ritual to find Lord Vivicar. I plan to create a connection between us, using your shielding ability. If it was Parkanis, this should work. Drawing on your strength, I will invert the link between myself and Vivicar, and use it to sense his location.
I don't like the idea of being used as a crutch.
There are risks. For one, the shielding you gave me on Coruscant will be severed. I don't know what will happen then. It's possible I could die once your shield is gone.
Or just go crazy again.
If that happens, we'll never find Vivicar.
Then let's hope I survive, Jedi. No matter what happens, you must give me as much time as possible. Reversing the link may be a long process. Let us begin.
I sense, yep, fade to black.
Yes, it's working. I can feel his mind, and I can feel
She can feel the power that she's challenging. There is no hope. Jedi, you don't look as strong as you did last time we spoke. Yuan has drained your strength and made herself vulnerable to me. Still arrogant and reckless.
Creepy.
You were once Parkanis Tark, a brave Jedi. You could be that man again.
The past means nothing. All that matters is the future, which doesn't involve you. See how Yuan's will crumbles before mine. Fitting that two of my enemies will destroy each other.
How often does that really work? She has a cool lightsaber.
There must be a weakness.
Was it just red in that cutscene?
That's quite enough of that.
I thought it looked red. Trying to lift me, I see. Alright. Because like when you say enemies are going to destroy each other, in best case scenario, one of us wins. And I mean, that's still good for him, but we're not destroying each other. Like, the chances of like one of us mortally wounding the other and that person winning. I mean, I guess it happened in like episode 1, but normally that does not happen. She's healing herself. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know she would do that. Oh, that's really cool. Huh.
It worked. Listen, Lord Vivicar, he's out in deep space on some sort of vessel. Here, take the coordinates. He's surrounded himself with defenses. Send this. It's his code. It will give you time to get aboard. No, the darkness. Vivicar's will is too strong. I can't hold on. Please kill me. End it now.
Oh god, I don't want to kill my master. God, I really want to save her, but oh, I know I shouldn't. I was going to say something else too. That it's weird that she like knows exactly what the coordinates are, where he was. Like, it kind of makes sense that maybe if he was on a planet, she could like see through his eyes for a bit, be like, oh, I recognize where he is, and then you know. But to be like, oh, I know exactly what coordinates in deep space he's at. That's a little peculiar. All right. God, I feel like a horrible person doing this, but I'm going to.
I am obedient, Master Yuan.
May the Force protect you.
Yeah, not really a fan of the. I mean, glad they had the choice there, but not really a fan of the dark side Jedi option. Doesn't make you feel like strong or like when you're on the Sith side and you're doing Sith stuff. Although some of that's just crazy, but on the whole, it just makes you feel like evil. This makes you feel like a bad person. I don't know if there's a difference, but anyway.
We've been monitoring events in the meditation chamber. Please return to the council at once.
Yeah, they're not going to be a fan of you undying. Can't say I am either, honestly. A lot of good Jedi lost in this war. And lost to Lord Vivicar.
The ritual was a success. Lord Vivicar is out in uncharted space. But he knows I'm coming.
Now only your shielding talent can stop him.
When darkness overcame Yuan, you had the will to do what was necessary. Lord Vivicar will have made preparations, and he still has his greatest weapon, the plague.
You think they'd be really pissed that like I went through all the trouble to get the shield, and they're like, "Why aren't you using it?" Okay.
If that's his best weapon, he'll get a shock if he tries to use it on me.
Go to the coordinates quickly, before Vivicar strikes back. And Jedi, may the Force be with you.
See, if Vivicar was smart, he would just move his ship. Not even like he's on like a space station or a planet. He's just on his ship. Pretty sure it's a ship. Alright, but... And then you could say like, oh, he's overconfident.
Long enough. It is time we return to Coruscant.
Return to what? Ruins and Senate interference?
We came to Tython to rebuild and refocus. Do you truly feel ready to confront the Sith?
The Jedi are bound to serve the Republic. We'll never earn back their trust from here.
It is too soon. We will return to Coruscant at the Republic's request, not before.
Yeah, I think they should return, but maybe not yet. Maybe they will by the end of the game. That'd be kind of cool if, like, over the time span of the game, they eventually rebuild the Jedi Temple. But anyway, for now, where are we heading? To our ship? Yep. Let's go. I guess you could say that, you know, Vivicar's overconfident. He's not afraid of us coming to challenge him. But for all he knows, the whole Jedi Council could be coming. But it's like, but if he was overconfident, why wouldn't he just come give us the coordinates himself? So he can't be that confident. Or that's stupid, I guess. Alright, let's get ready for the final confrontation of Chapter 1. The one thing I kind of, at least personally, don't like about the way they did the class storylines is that the chapters, for the most part, are all pretty distinct. Like, it's the same hero doing 3 entirely separate epic storylines, or varying degrees of epicness, I get. I don't even remember the second one, so I don't know what that tells you, but some class storylines do have a little more connection there. I think, like, which one? I don't know, maybe the Sith Warrior, I guess, is kind of, well, I don't know, but it's more tied together. Some are definitely more tied together than others. Some actually have like Chapter 2 and Chapter 3 are actually very much related. Some, like, I think the Consular storyline, they're not related at all. Don't quote me on that. We're gonna find out together, I guess. But I'd much rather have like 3 separate storylines that all kind of build to the same, you know, storyline. There's one of those stealth scan droids I was talking about before, and he got me even though it wasn't in the animation. Luckily, I'm not in combat for some reason. So, all right. Locate Lord Vivicar. Use the security terminal.
I wasn't sure if you'd be foolish enough to come aboard, Jedi. But I can sense your presence.
Let's see if you handle a lightsaber as well as you talk.
Still
Or a Vibrasword.
and ignorant. You don't understand power, and now you never will. Come to me, Jedi. See what a real master can do.
I may have mentioned this, but that blade comes from the Manon flashpoint. From doing it a couple times and getting some tokens there. In case you want one for yourself. It's not too hard to get. You can even buy the tokens on the GTN. They're expensive, but as far as like cool weapons go, this one will probably only set you back like, I don't know, 600k maybe. So it's not really that bad. Alright, so we gotta defeat his guards now, it looks like. Well, that's a bonus, but we may as well do it, I guess. It'll be lots of XP. And this will be the last of the, Yeah, the last of the double XP I get, so might as well use it. I mean, I think we have to go that way anyway. Gotta have the increased rolling blow utility. Honestly, for some of these mobs, Serenity would be better spec. Maybe we should respec Serenity at some point, just so I can show you guys the other spec. Oh, there's lots of these guys here. Lots bunched up though, but not today because I just don't have the time to respec and talk about all that. Right, they're actually doing some damage there.
That's quite enough of that.
Interrupt that channel. Down you go. Alright, there's the blue squad leader. We'll start with our spinning kick. Oh, I just wasted my charges. Didn't realize I had some leftovers. Do a low slash, backstab. Down you go. Alright, one down. That leaves green squad leader and the red squad leader. Any explodey things in this room? Nope. You can also mez one too if you want to play it smart. That was actually, I really enjoyed, I leveled my operative as concealment. Or is that the smuggler version? I can never remember. I think it's concealment operative and scrapper scoundrel. Yes, it is concealment. And that's the only time I really played concealment. I didn't play it at endgame. I switched to a healer because my Imperial raid group at the time needed a healer and I wanted to try different classes healing. It was fun, but that was a long time ago. But yeah, I remember enjoying leveling as scrapper because even though it wasn't, I mean, you could stealth through everything and make it super fast that way. Otherwise, it wasn't super fast.
Tell me, Jedi, what was it like when you struck down a master of your own order? Was it as you imagined?
I relished the challenge of the battle.
Perhaps we aren't so different. But sadly, that won't save you. I have already won.
Really? Because I'm almost positive I'm still alive.
If you need me to remind you of that, honey, just ask.
You will understand soon, if you live that long.
Alright. Yeah, for somebody who's already won, we've been doing a lot of fighting. Oh, what's he sending reinforcements? Yeah. Alright. Takes care of them.
Allow us.
You. That wasn't a one shot.
That's quite enough of that.
That's not been a crit. Alright, there we go. Stabbing some droids. But yeah, when you actually fight as concealment, it takes a little bit, but it's very tactical, which I actually really enjoyed. That was a lot of fun as far as the actual gameplay goes. I enjoyed that class a lot. At least as far as leveling went. Some people think it's really fun in endgame as well, at least in PvP, but I've never played one in endgame PvE or PvP, so can't say whether I'd like it or not. Okay, so where's the next squad leader? I think it's around here. There he is. We already have our charges, so if we use them quickly, we can get some real nice bursts on this guy. He is facing me though, so let's stun him. And normally you won't have to worry about like that kind of thing, but PvE opponents, if they have aggro on you, they always face you. So that's why you have to do that. If you're in like an operation, or a flashpoint, they'll be facing your tank. Or if you can have a tanking companion, that works too. And in PvP, they'll be facing obviously whatever direction the enemy player is facing. So it's actually a little easier to backstab there than it would be here.
I mentioned I'm a pacifist. That's quite enough of that.
Holiday was actually helpful there. Got to backstab him. Here's our third squad leader. We actually are going to do what I said I shouldn't do and use one of these charges, but I really want to spin kick him, so that's what we're going to do. These guys are commandos, it looks like. Knockback to interrupt his channel there. And I'm out of knockbacks, but I can stun him now. There we go. Level 45. Sweet. Alright, it's not bad for double XP. She went from what, 35 to 45? Something like that. Or was she already higher? I think she was about 35. Yep, still 20 levels to go, but once you get to 50, you can do some like story mode ops or F4 off. And that makes it story mode ops you can do at level 50 to 65, and they give a lot of XP. Time for our final confrontation.
Your power and tactics have got you this far, Jedi, but no further. This battle was decided before you stepped aboard.
There's nowhere left to run, Vivicar. And no more lackeys to do your fighting.
They've served their purpose, delaying you. My plague isn't just a disease. It siphons power from its victims. With the proper rituals, that power can be channeled. Soon, the combined strength of your masters will make me the most powerful Force adept who has ever lived.
Aha. Tell that to your Emperor. He'd probably laugh at that.
If you love the Force so much, prepare to become one with it.
Not
you
bad.
Can't defeat me, Jedi. This face, this Vivicar, he is just another skin to be shed. Parkanus offered himself to me on Malachor III to crush the order that destroyed us. He embodied my spirit.
I am no lost Jedi, no ordinary Sith Lord. I am Terak Morage.
I see. I actually didn't see that coming, but I was thinking it'd be kind of cool to face Morage too. But so that is him inhabiting Parkanus' body. I wonder if you can actually redeem him. Oh, I want to see now. It'd be really cool if you could. But since I probably did on my first playthrough, I'm going to let's
Jedi
taunt him.
healer put you down once. Now I can finish what he began.
No one can oppose me. I am beyond flesh, beyond death.
Well, prepare to be beyond flesh again.
I will crush you, Jedi, and your shattered body will fuel my rebirth.
I don't remember if this guy is actually tough or easy. I feel like it's one of the two. Oh, we couldn't stealth in time, but I can do this. I feel like he might actually have been like really tough when the game launched, but probably not so anymore. All the buffs they've given you. Alright, we should have some bursts coming up soon. And let's finish him. Didn't quite finish him off there. Alright, I'm going to stun him and then backstab him. And that's that. See, that actually was pretty... For a boss fight, I feel like it should be at least longer, if not more intense than that. For the end of Chapter 1, that was like, what, 10 seconds?
Impressive, Jedi. You might even have triumphed, but my victory is already complete.
You keep saying that.
My plague has spread farther than you can imagine. Jedi Masters across the galaxy are succumbing to it as I speak. The plague binds these Masters to me. Hundreds of them. The heart and soul of your order.
See, I doubt he would have come into contact with that many of them and still... Somebody would have detected that he was an ancient Sith spirit, or at least a powerful Sith Lord, in their presence. I think he might be exaggerating there.
You've had thousands of years to think up that story.
Then why hesitate, Jedi? Kill me, and you will kill every master I have ever infected. Everyone. Shielded or not, they are still bound to me. But what choice do you have? You cannot let me live, and I am deathless. Your shielding talent cannot harm me. You've lost.
Yeah, so obviously the way around that, what you're supposed to do, I guess, is shield him and bring Parkanus back, which is kind of a really cool ending. I actually think this is a lot of people say the Consular storyline is the worst one in the game, but at least Chapter 1 of it, I think, was pretty interesting and well done. Unfortunately, we're going to go with the obvious route. Hopefully it won't actually kill the Jedi Masters he's bound to. I don't see why it would, but let's put his bluff to the test.
Your mistake is thinking I care who dies.
What do you think would happen? We just like let him go free? Like that's infect even more masters? Yeah. Not gonna happen.
We felt it. A massive shift in the Force. We have reports from across the galaxy. Dozens of masters have died from the plague. Maybe hundreds.
Are there even hundreds of masters in the Order? I thought there were only like a couple thousand Jedi.
If Tarek Morhage's plan had succeeded, the entire Order could have been wiped out.
Morhage? So this threat was even greater than we knew. Thank you for all you have done. The Jedi Order owes its survival to you. Please, return to us on Tython. We wish to thank you in person, and we have a special reward for you.
Yay. Yeah, if you're playing or planning to play the storyline through yourself, I definitely recommend going light side because I feel like it makes a lot more sense that way and is a lot more fun. Plus, that way you'll be unspoiled as to what the differences are between the dark side and light side versions. Unfortunately, there's not a huge amount of difference because, it's a multiplayer game. They had to design 8 storylines already. They couldn't really do 2 completely different things for each. Like in KOTOR and even KOTOR 2, there's...
Master. If you detect the aroma of Alderaanian nectar, I program the air circulators to simulate it.
How kind of you, C2. We were just on Alderaan, but Alright, back to Tython. Yeah, at least in a lot of the single-player games Bioware makes, the choices you can make can actually make the game itself, there we go, rather different, at least in portions. Like the whole ending area to, I mean, it's the same area no matter what, but the whole ending to KOTOR 1 is completely different, depending on your choices. And there are whole areas in a lot of games that you don't see, like Inquisition, depending on the choices you make. It's one or the other, so you almost have to play it twice. But I guess here you have that too. You just have 8 different choices, and it's kind of that first choice you make of what basic class to play determines which of these 8 storylines you get to see. But luckily, via alts or let's plays or helping friends, you can actually see them all. Once again, these orbital stations are really stupid. People really complain when they're there since launch, but there's no reason you can't just land the ship on the planet. I guess it was easier to design this way, kind of funnel everybody into the same shuttle. But people hated them, and I agree. It was stupid, and it was really stupid as you couldn't ride speeders in here, and there was no rocket boost back then. So it was just really tedious having to run back and forth through these stations every time you went to a new planet. Luckily, it wasn't that often, but still, it was just... People thought it was disguising loading screens, which I don't think it actually was. I fell off the ledge. Must be getting tired. House will go. Hey, we got some more rewards from somebody. Always use more credits. Let's see what random item we get from this. Some legs. I guess we should probably upgrade our gear, shouldn't we? Actually, no, this character, that's right. This is a new character, so she actually has decent gear. I used to do mid-PvP on her, so actually... Back when I had nothing to spend my credits on, because there was a time in the game where credits were not useless, but there just wasn't a lot to do with them. I actually had a friend who had all the low-level crafting recipes make some good gear for her.
We've been awaiting your return. Please, step forward. Thanks to you, the shadow of the plague has been lifted from the Order.
There's a title reserved for the most prestigious among us, whose wisdom and skill safeguard the galaxy. It hasn't been bestowed in thousands of years.
But you have proved worthy. Now, the Council names you
Barsen'thor,
Warden of the Order.
I feel like she was like voted against it, and now she's like pissed that she got outvoted. That's what her face seems to say, at least. But yes, you actually do get the title Barsen'thor, which is an actual title you can wear in the game. Of course, when you see 20 people in the fleet at level 35 all wearing that title, then not quite as special anymore. But it is a cool idea, and I think that's actually the generic name of this character is Barsen'thor, because like in terms of what the wiki refers to the character as, the Jedi Consular storyline is the storyline of the Barsen'thor.
How many Jedi have been named Barsen'thor?
In all our millennia of history, you will be the third to carry the title. And not a moment too soon. We have need of you. We have received word that the Republic is facing a new threat.
Of course it is. You would think that like the Jedi, like they're an order of heroes. Like I know I did something pretty cool, but still, you think there'd be a lot of Jedi who, I mean, you could even argue that a lot of characters, well, I don't know if you could say Revan because of the whole dark side thing, but maybe the Exile. I don't know. It just seems like there should be a lot more Barsen'thors than that. I feel like it's one of those titles people forget about, and then like one of these guys was like reading a history book and remembered it, and was like, oh, we should just bestow it to this person because they helped us. More than something that they just always have in their minds and decide time and time again not to bestow. That seems more unlikely. Anyway.
I'll destroy anything and everything that threatens the Republic.
We need time to prepare a war council. The Supreme Chancellor himself will be attending.
Take time to rest. And you should record your journey in the Jedi archives. History must know of your actions. Return to us when you feel ready. For now, the entire Order will know there is a new Barsen'thor among us.
Nothing like a well-deserved reward, eh, Jedi? It's no luxury cruise to Corellia, but still. That's quite the title you have.
I feel like I should curtsy.
Please don't.
There's still plenty of work for us, and I need your help. Are you in?
Please, Jedi. Dr. Theron Cedrax never leaves a project unfinished. Well, without Vivicar's minions hounding us, the galaxy is vast and wide. Shall we?
All right, let's go to the archive room over here. I forgot about that. Cool idea though, that especially for a Jedi Consular, they're the type that would want to record their journeys into the history of the Jedi Order. Cool library room. Got a holocron waiting for us. All right. Your words will join those of countless generations of Jedi. Oh, this isn't. It's not really a spoiler, but there's actually a quest. The quest storylines, all like I said before, end with the base game, and after that, there's only what is the co-animation? There's only one storyline per Republic and one per Imperial, and then in the most recent expansion, Knights of the Fallen Empire, it's one storyline for both. But that kind of lets them make that one storyline extra cool then. So there are trade-offs there. But during the Shadows of Revan storyline, there is a side quest, which actually is completely different depending on your class. So Jedi Consular gets their own one, the Bounty Hunter gets their own one, etc. All 8 are unique. And for the Consular, you actually get to make your own holocron, which is actually a really fun, kind of cool quest. Alright, do we still have our XP boost active? We do. You can choose between Duelist and Force Lord. I think Duelist is the tank one, Force Lord is DPS.
Did I mention
So we'll grab that. Not that we're going to use it necessarily. And that's probably going to be it for the night. Let's head back to the our ship though. So anyway, to finish off our little tutorial, once you finish the Shadow of Revan storyline, there's a little mini storyline on Zeost, also kind of like a daily area, and that kind of bridges the gap between Shadow of Revan and Knights of the Fallen Empire. You can also do, there's another operation I didn't mention, the 8th one, called Ravagers, which is on Rishi. It's pretty much a standalone story. It's a really cool operation, so definitely do it if you can, if you have a group. But it's not really related to any of the other stories in the game. And then, yeah, once you do that, then you can jump in, once you're done Zeost, you can jump straight into Knights of the Fallen Empire without having missed anything. And there are things that tie all those storylines together, too, which I really like. But each one is also unique, and you don't really need to do, like, Rise of the Hutt Cartel to know what's going on for Knights of the Fallen Empire. But yeah, there's plenty of Knights of the Fallen Empire chapters out already. If you aren't subbed and want to see them anyway, I have a Let's Play of that. And it gets updated every month with the new chapters. So be sure to look out for that as well. But I am going to get some much needed sleep because I have to be up in less than 4 hours. And I will see you guys a little later this week probably. And we will continue seeing the rest of the storyline. Thanks for watching.